So today we're going to be discussing HTML text formatting and headings. Text formatting, as the name implies, is just how text is arranged in HTML. This helps make the text in your document either look and feel better or have a different look than the other text that is displayed to the user. Like mentioned in the last video, there's a long list of what type of HTML tags you can work with, but in this video I will just go through some that would be nice to know and use as you are learning. As always, we'll begin by creating a folder, and you can name it anything you'd like. From here, we'll be creating a workspace from that folder with VS Code. And then we'll create our HTML file with the name index as always. Sorry about that, index.html. Click enter. So right now, as we have this folder, all you gotta do is create that HTML boilerplate and click enter with the MS abbreviation. And then you can Control S to save again. And now from here, what you can do is you can right click here and then open with live server. And just to make sure that you have the extension live server installed over here, if you don't, there's a video that I'll link that should help you out with that. So open with live server, and now it should open up your main browser. So just give it a second, and that places to the side over here. So right now you won't be seeing anything in your documents, even though we have a lot of tags here, because right now there is no content in our document currently. So in future videos, I won't be showing the step of opening up with the workspace. I'll just be starting out with the documents as open as is, so we can get right to the point. The first thing I want to bring up is the paragraph tag. So you just write P and then tab, and it should finish it for you without writing the whole brackets in there. So it has an opening tag and a closing tag, and the content you want to write should go in between these two. All right, so I'm just gonna write I am some text, and then I'm just going to Control S that, and that should update real time right here. So the nice thing about this is when you're done creating one paragraph, you can use another pair to write content, and the thing you will notice is that it should create a space in between them. All right, so I'm just going to Control C and Control V and then save again, and you see that space right there. So that just signifies or shows you that this is another paragraph. These can be as long or as short as you want them to be. Now let me just copy this line a few more times, and then I can show you various other tags that you can actually use. Okay, now that we have a few of them laid out, we can get into other elements that would work here. For example, if you wanted to make any text stand out and bold, you can use the B tag. So I'm just going to create a space over here, B and then tab, and then bold over here. All right, Control S that, and you can tell that this is bold. I am bold some text. Yeah, sorry about that. I just take that away. Okay, I'm bold text. Okay, so then if you wanted to bring some form of other emphasis or contrast in your text, you can also use the italics tag. So you just press I and then tab and then some over here, Control S, and then you see it makes it into italics pretty much. So, and then the other one is if you wanted to make the text bigger, you can just say big, and then you just write some over here and then enter, makes it bigger. And then the other one is small. I know this is a lazy way of doing it, but it helps you save time as well. So some over here makes it small. Okay, so basically the opposite of the first one. If you wanted to make some text in your content to either appear just slightly above or your original text, you can use sub for subscript. So right here, we can just use sub for subscript. So that's going to go below actually, I think. Some, yeah, so I am some text, or you can use subscript, and then it's gonna put it at the top, some over there, just like that. Okay, so I just added a bit more because I think I miscounted, but the last few that I would bring up are some that you can use as well. So there's the insert one, ins, and then you just say some, and that adds an underline to the text. And the other one is called the delete tag, and I think this one should just write like a line through the text. And then the last one, if you wanted to mark any text, you can just use mark tab, and then oh, what happened there? Sorry about that. Okay, I guess mark you can't really do that, so we're gonna manually type that, and then we'll do some over here. But I'm unsure if you can change the color here or not. When it comes to text formatting though, I think these should be able to get you started, and that's about it. Now onto headings. Headings are important as search engines use them to index the structure and content in your web page. Headings are titles or subtitles that you want to display on your web page. So these range from H1 and go all the way down to H6. All right. So H1 being the most important and the biggest, and H6 being the least important and the smallest. Do not, however, use headings for big or small text. Only use them as headings, because earlier I showed you the big and small tags that you can actually use. So I've gone on ahead and just created the whole range from H1 to H6 so that you don't have to watch me do all that. But basically, you can think of H1 as being your main heading for a whole page, and H2 being used for subheadings. But if there are any other sections under those subheadings, then H3 will be used, and so on. A few things to note though is that try to keep the number of headings in your website to a maximum of 3. This is not the amount of subheadings, but instead try not to use the whole range starting from H1 to H6. And lastly, do follow a structured order. If you use H1, I want you to go down H2 and then H3. Don't jump around and then take this out and since you want it smaller and then use H3. That's not a good idea. Always try to follow a structured order. As always, resources for everything discussed here today will be in the description below. And I think that should be it for text formatting and headings. With that, I will see you guys in the next one.